Welcome to a special episode of Dad's Rules with Kevin Belzer, and we are once again in my office because someone, this guy I'm pointing to right here, procrastinated his way out of booking a studio. I'm sure that sentence made no sense. I procrastinated in such a way that I ran out of time to get into the studio in time to get podcasts up in time for my schedule, because you know that I run podcasts every Wednesday and every Saturday like clockwork. Been doing that for months. Now the Wednesday thing has been since the very beginning. We've always done Wednesdays. I've never missed a Wednesday since the very first episode, I believe was the last day of April 2022. We've never missed a Wednesday. We've always been consistent there. And then I got a hankering that once a week is not enough. Let's do twice a week. We still like to keep the content short on these. I'm not big on doing long podcasts. I know that I've snuck some in recently that were around that 30-minute mark, and I apologize. I really like to keep it to 12 to 20, but sometimes they're banger content, and I'm having a blast, and we're just going to go a little bit long on them. But even then, I've had 2 out of 90-some episodes break the 30-minute mark. So I think I'm being pretty consistent on you need to go walk your dog, listen to a podcast, maybe learn something, maybe laugh. Hey, I got you taken care of right there. So today we are shooting in my home office. As you can see, you've got stacks of books and stuff over there. Got all the CDs that I'm a little behind on listening to. Then we got the wall of music behind me that does require a ladder in order to reach the top. I can reach the bottom one there, but the ceiling's like 9 feet, so it is a little bit of a struggle. The struggle is real. I'm 5'10". It's not like I'm Tom Cruise short. I'm 5'10". All right, so yeah, there's that. So what I want to talk about, I want to talk about where you're at and where you're going and the noise that you're going to hear around you along the way. I started real estate in 2008. It was July 7th. Yeah, it was July 7th, July 8th of 2008. I believe it was July 7th. Either way, it's unimportant. It was a long time ago. It's over 15 years ago. When I started, I can remember all the noise in the background from supposed friends, supposed family, and whatnot of ridicule and just the naysayers, the why you doing this, blah, blah, blah. Because I wasn't making bad money before I got in real estate. I was making around $100,000, which in 2008 is okay. I now realize that that's not a lot of money, but I had no bills. So back then I thought I was doing pretty good. And actually my first year in real estate, I took a step back and I made 68,000, something like that. I keep track of everything, so it's written down somewhere, but 68,000. So either way, you can do the monkey math on that and go 6 figures back down to 5 figures. That's a slight step back. However, when I started, I didn't know what I was doing. I would go into my real estate office at 7 in the morning and I'd leave at 10 at night, 6 days a week. And on Sundays, I still went into the office, but it may be only for 5 hours or something. But I was there 7 days a week for months and months and months because I didn't know what I was doing. Back then, before I got into real estate, I was a courier during the day, and that was 40 hours a week, Monday through Friday. And then I was a pizza delivery driver for Papa John's. So I could crank out the miles on a car. I was putting 80 some thousand miles on a car a year. So I burned through cars. So it's like my neon, when I started real estate, I did neon, and I had a purple Ford Escort that my father-in-law gave me for free because he said, yeah, it's going to need a lot of work. And he wasn't kidding. You need a lot of work. But I absolutely love that little purple car. We call it the purple people eater. The purple people eater. That's what we called that car. And then I had a Dodge Neon that was broken actually when I started real estate. It was sitting in my garage with 200 some thousand miles on it. I didn't know what was wrong with it, but I needed all the money I had saved up to get started in real estate. What I did then that may or may not be smart is I quit cold turkey what I was doing and I burned the bridges behind me. Now, that's what I did. I tell new agents now that you could do that, or you could have another job that still makes it to where you can do real estate effectively. I don't care either way. Just make sure that when you're doing real estate, that you're really putting the time and effort into it. And in reality, a lot of agents, they say they're full-time. Yes, I'm using air quotes. They say they're full-time, but in reality, they're not working as much as they think they are. They're not working effectively. And a lot of times, my business anyway, they'll be to where you're rolling out of bed at 10, you're playing defense all day. You may show home or something in the afternoon, and then, come 3, 4 o'clock, you're like, oh, I'm exhausted. And you think that you did a good job being full-time agent that day, but in reality, you were playing part-time agent, and that's why you're making part-time income as well. Anyway, so when I started real estate, I realized that I didn't know what I was doing. If I was going to burn all the bridges behind me, I was going to make sure that I studied this business like crazy. So I was at my computer every day, just studying, just watching different vlogs, reading different articles, reading anything I could get my hands on. I was raiding Nick Trevelyan's book collection in his office. Nick was the guy that I worked for. Back then, he's still my coach now today, 15 years later. That's how much respect I have for the man. But Coach Nicky T had a phenomenal book collection. So if he said that I should read it, I'd grab it and read it and just absorb it. And then eventually, when I could afford it, I started buying those books and adding them to my collection as well. And then on top of that, I'd be doing open houses all the time. Like, I haven't done open houses in years, but I did a lot of open houses back then to get new clients and start building a database of clients. Now, my follow-up though was really bad because, again, I'd never done this before, so I didn't know any better what to do. So I would burn through leads or not call leads or whatever. I wouldn't know what to do with them because I was this stupid pizza delivery driver and courier going into a grown-up industry, which should be a grown-up industry because, hello, we're playing with the biggest asset of anybody's life, which is real estate. So if you're going to be doing that, yeah, I think it's a big boy, big girl type business for sure. Also on top of that, I got company leads, and I got so many company leads because there wasn't enough agents in our office, and they did actually really good marketing. And I would have so many company leads that I was really sloppy at follow-up and everything early on too. It took me a long time to realize that the money was actually in the follow-up. So there was a lot of things I had to learn there. So what's the point I'm making with all this? Is that when you start, if people are giving you negative about, well, you're not rich yet. Where's your BMW? Where's your fancy house and your fancy suit and all that, which I think is hilarious now because I don't even play dress up to go meet with clients or anything. When they're all saying that, understand that you're just starting. You're not where you plan on being, hopefully. Hopefully you've got giant goals that you want to accomplish. You're not there yet. So if you're not there yet, what does it matter what they say? Because you're not done yet. If you were only planning on making 30, 40,000 a year and you were happy there, okay, but I don't think that was your goal if you went into any sort of sales field. I think your goal was probably strong 6 figures, maybe 7, 8 figures that they were looking to make. So understand that all that white noise you're hearing, all that that's going on there, that it doesn't matter. It's them, it's not you. It's also maybe a clue that your circle and the people that you're letting put noise into your head needs to change. And yeah, so it's like that was a huge learning lesson for me, is that I had to pick and choose who I was going to pay attention to. So I paid attention to Coach Nicky T. He owned a real estate office, and he was 23. He just turned 23 when I started working with him. 23-year-old kid. I was 36. He's a 23-year-old kid, and he owned his own real estate office. Do you think that I treated him disrespectfully because he was younger than me? That's just stupid. It's like I'm like, man, this kid's 23 and he owns his own real estate office. I need to freaking listen to everything this guy has to say, because I want to have his level of success. So that was somebody new I added to my circle. Then there's other people that just, they're low mindset. It's like I can like them as people, I can love them as people, but I had to remove the whining, the ridicule, everything else from my life, and go, look, this isn't going to be advantageous down the line. Because I'll tell you what, if you are in sales, it is hard. It is freaking hard. There's a lot of days to where you're going to be doing a lot of follow-up, like a lot. Like there's days where I've gotten through all my follow-up, nobody answered. I mean, there was a day the other day that it was a light day. I had 30 some follow-ups to make. An hour and 15 minutes later, I'm done. That's not good. You know what that means? Hour and 15 minutes later and you got through 33 follow-ups. That means nobody answered the phone. So there's going to be days like that. And then there's going to be like the next day where 2 or 3 of those that you spoke to, or left messages with because nobody answered. 2 or 3 of those people that you left messages with may call you back, may reach back out via text, via email, whatever the case may be. And now they want to do business with you. But if you didn't quit and you made a decision in your mind that you're not done yet, that you're not where you should be, you're going to be there to help them out. You're going to be there to take your income, your life to another level that you deserve. So what I'd say is at any time that somebody ridicules you, puts you down, says that you aren't good enough, you can't do this, you go, baby, I ain't done yet. All right? That's it. Hey, if you like this episode, please like, share, comment, leave feedback. It all helps me grow the show. And also, if you'd like to get some cool swag like this Get Off My Lawn t-shirt, hit the dadsruleswag.com website, dadsruleswag.com. Yeah, that's right. Hit that and order a shirt. Help us out. And until next time, go out and be the kick-ass adult I know you all can be.